You are listening to Let Us Encourage You. Life is hard, we get it. But you don't have to live a life without joy and light. You can find your truth and live it. Let us encourage you. Here's Lady V.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. You've tuned in to Let Us Encourage You with your girl Veronica Stanford, aka Lady V. So this morning I need you to grab your juice, your water, your coffee, your tea, your protein shake, your smoothie, whatever it is you choose to drink, and let us get encouraged together. Of course, I told you on my last episode that this month we were going to discuss patience. And if you missed it, patience is the capacity to accept or tolerate delay, trouble, or suffering without getting angry or upset. That is the definition of patience. And last week I asked, are we really as patient as we think we are? A lot of people, and I know you heard them say, oh, I got a lot of patience. It takes a lot to get me upset. It takes a lot to get me upset. But they never said they didn't get upset. They never said that they got angry, because they have a high capacity for patience. And again, I talked about capacity. The capacity is the amount of weight or bulk that a certain area or something can hold. Like I discussed, with the elevator, when you step in the elevator, it may say the capacity to hold 10,000 pounds. Then you get to a stadium or something and it may say the capacity is 5,000. That means what something can hold. So when I look at the definition of patience, it's telling me that we have the capacity to hold in anger, to hold in being upset, to hold in being impatient. But the question is, do we? What is it that it would take for you to be impatient or for you to lose your patience? And a lot of times I've also heard people ask God, give me patience, give me patience. And again, like I explained last week, don't ever ask God to give you patience, because if you do, He will put you in a situation to grow your patience. That's one thing God does. He doesn't just give you, He grows you. We can ask God for a car or a vehicle or a house. Yes, He will give it to us when we have grown in the capacity to appreciate it and we've learned something. See, in the process of giving us that house, He has taught us how to save money, how to be good stewards over His money. Again, how to be patient. He has taught us how to be grateful and appreciative for the little things. He has taught us how to make do with, and sacrifice. And once He see that we have grown in those areas, yes, He will give us the desires of our heart. And that goes along, with patience. And I'm going to talk about me, because this session is going to be real quick. Right now, my daughter, we bought her a 2015 Sorento, a Kia Sorento last year in April. And we had to take it to the shop in November, because the engine had went out. And my husband and I had paid almost $8,000, for the engine. And so just this April, a year later to the day, the engine has seized up again. And we took it to the Kia shop. It's been sitting there since last week. And we had it towed to Vade Nissan. And so, they're still waiting for the warranty to approve them to fix it and everything. And again, it's a patient thing. And now, she's making posts about being depressed and she's not motivated. When really it has nothing to do with that. She's in a place that she's just ready to get her vehicle back so she can go to and fro as she want to. She don't want to have to depend on anybody. And so God is teaching her patience. He's teaching her patience, because my daughter is the type, she wants what she wants, when she wants it, how she wants it, where she wants it. And if it has to be a delay, it bothers her and she gets upset and she gets in her feelings. And I said all this to say this. God will use situations to grow the best in us. And the best thing that he can do with us is growing our patience. Why? Because when we ask God for things, when we're believing in God for things, even when we ask God to heal our families, our spouses, our children, our friends, and it seemed like it's taken a long time, do you have the patience to trust God? Do you have the patience that no matter how long he takes, that you will wait with a reverence? When God is growing our patience, do you have that inner being in you to love him through the patience? Do you have that ability to stay true and to trust him in the midst of not getting what you want, when you want it, and how you want it? These are some of the things that we have to ask ourselves and wonder why a lot of times that we're not receiving what we've asked for. We're not, we're not getting our breakthroughs. We're not getting victory in certain situations because of our patience. A lot of times God will keep us in a circumstance or a situation because we have not yet learned patience. So today, there's so much that I could say. But like I said, this whole month is going to be dedicated to patience. But I want you to sit and think about that. Are you still, some of us, I'm still stuck in the same situation. Seem like I'm just going around in circles. I don't know when my breakthrough coming. I don't know why God haven't answered me yet. It just seemed like this ain't gonna never end. But have you ever thought about that he's trying to grow your patience? See, it's not what we go through. It's how we go through it. And once we come out of it, we shouldn't be the same as we were when we went in it. That'll preach right there. That was good. It's not what we go through, but it's how we go through it. And once we come through it, have we changed? Have we learned anything? Have we been taught the lesson? Have we even asked God, Lord, what is it that you want me to learn in this storm, in this situation? While I'm broken down, while I'm hurting, while I'm in pain, what is the lesson that you want me to learn? And when it's all said and done, there are many lessons that God wants us to learn, but one of the most important ones is patience. Even the children of Israel walked around the same mountain for 40 years, griping, complaining, not being satisfied, disobedient, all types of stuff. Patience. Patience. It's all about patience. So today I want to encourage you. I'm not beating you up. I'm not beating myself up, because I always say us, because we're all going through this thing. It's not just no one person. It's us. Learn patience. Because you getting mad, me getting angry, you getting angry or upset, it ain't gonna make God move no faster. Have you, especially parents, have your children asked you to do something, and because you weren't moving fast enough, and it just made you go a little slower? Have you thought about that? God is not moved by your huffing and puffing and you pouting and you getting an attitude. He's not moved by that. He is moved by your patience. He is moved by your will to trust him. He is moved that even if I don't move as fast as they want me to, they still love me. They still honor me. They still reverence me. They're still praying. They're still trusting me. They're still living how I say live. They still loving how I say love. That's what God is looking for. I almost felt myself preaching there for a minute. That's what God is looking for. For us to work through the patience. People getting on your nerves. People aggravating you. You want to slap some of them at work. But yet, when they come to you and ask for help, oh, sure, not a problem. I'll show you. You see them down instead of saying, that's karma. You go over there and give them a kind word. That's what God is looking for. Can you still be patient with people when they get on your nerves, when they mistreat you, when they use you, when they betray you, when they talk about you, when they hurt you? Can you still be patient in the process? Because everything is a process. Everything we go through is a process. So again, examine yourself on your patience. And you might be surprised. There are some areas that you really might need to ask God to work on you with. Same thing with me. I have my moments. I really want my daughter to get her truck. But now hearing, they're going through a lawsuit and all this other stuff, it's aggravating. It really is. It's very, 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 very aggravating. But in the process, I'm still trusting God because I believe that he's going to give us greater than what we're even asking for. So I hope I encouraged you this morning to continue to trust God, believe in God, stand on his word, and let him work on you through the process. And I promise you, you won't regret it. So again, you've tuned in to Let Us Encourage You. My husband is not with me today. He's out exercising and everything. And I'm so proud of him. And I have a story to tell you next week, which I think I'm going to let him tell you himself. So again, we love you. And be the best version of yourself because you owe it to yourself. And again, you've tuned in to Let Us Encourage You. And I will see y'all next week. Be blessed.